Hey, NASDOG. We got a Wednesday, pre-Thanksgiving. We're coming into the close. Trading's risky. Always use the risk stop to stop the risk. I am Alan Palmer. And what are we looking at here? We're looking at cattle here. Okay, chart lesson. Well, I don't trade cattle. All right. You know what? It's chart lesson. Okay? You ever hear of the term an island bottom? Okay? This is kind of island bottomy in this particular month, okay? They're all a little bit different, right? Because the spreads are moving, okay? So this high right here, okay, this was that limit down day. This was the day before, okay? This is where one of you bought it down here and sold it steady on the day, made 10 bucks. Well, that was in the feeder cattle, but it's the same kind of chart. Then the next day we go up and limit down all day, and don't trade it. And it wasn't huge volume. And then we do this. And then today we do this on a Wednesday, Tuesday. This was Monday. This was the report. Holy moly. Okay, so 209 is hugely important here in the, these are Junes. These are June cattle. I thought they were April. Okay, so these are some of the back months, 6 months into 2026 here. We made a run for $2. Okay, enough on cattle. 5 seconds on hogs here. Okay, here's my levels right here. 78.83 right here. Yeah. Okay, what's the low of the day today? Here, 78.82. It's exact. This is hogs here, okay? So then we come back down to this right here, and we hold, okay? It's acting constructive. I don't know. I think I'd be buying 80s right now if you're looking to get long hogs, okay? If you're looking to get long hogs or cover shorts or cover if you were hedged. Silver. All right. This is silver. This is now March. We'll go back and look at a DC here. That's a clean chart here, okay? Here's a buy program. This was last Friday, wasn't it? 21. When we got filled all the way down there. 49.05, 25, 48.65, and then we went down to 48.15. Okay? Oh, wow. 48.71. This was, that would have been, in any event, here we're $4.50 higher. Okay. So this is the March silver. Okay, and on a little bit longer of an intraday here, okay, we are challenging these. Okay, this is silver here. This is the way it does it. Right there. See, that was an orange right there. Missed olives. Nothing says it's cast in stone. Absolutely not. So let's take one more look. This is D's. Okay, this is D silver. Okay, so here we went down to 48.16. Buy. Buy 20. Okay, at 48.16. What was the low? 05. So 20 would be 20 grand. 20 grand risk, and 53 would be 500 grand. See, right? 1,000. It's 1,000 a penny times 500. Yeah. On 20 Comex 5,000 ounce silvers. It's big. Listen, when this thing's moving, it's a big contract. So take a gander here if you're going to be trading like Friday or something like that. If you're looking to sell silver, these would be your sell numbers here. This 52.88 right round down there. See, you can't see the green there. What is this? 52 what? 87. 52.87. Okay, so right around there. You might want to stick a bid in at 52.90. What's this high? 52.93. Okay, see, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about futures, okay? And then from there, you would try to maybe have a stop underneath here, 52.80, 69 max. You could put it under here. This 52.74. You know, I'm just saying here into tomorrow, okay, the holiday markets, and some of these markets are open all the 24/7. Currencies and stuff like that. Currencies and crude. Oh, this is the bottom, maybe. Okay, yesterday, this is Jan crude, okay? I did one off the fly in June crude. June 26 crude. It's too thin. There's nothing in the minis anyway. It's too thin. And you don't want to be trading somewhere where they're not trading here, because if you have a stop, I mean, it's something you have to think about. But anyway, that's not for here. 57.11 here, okay? And then here's today. This is it, 57.68. Okay, this is here, right there. I got it mapped out for some reason. For some reason, I got it mapped out. Maybe was it over here? You know, did it play here? Did it play here? Here we went through here, okay? And then here it plays again, okay? So now look at this. We've shot under here each of these times. What is this? This is a Jan crude daily, man. I like this. See, it hasn't closed under here, okay? Like this was yesterday when we got filled. We rallied back to steady on the day. Okay, now we're just getting higher on the week. It's Wednesday. You made these lows. This is just like silver a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? When we went down to 46, whatever that was. And then 45 half when they made that, those two. So if you get to go, for example, in silver, you go to 45 half, and then after, if you didn't buy it, the best you might get is 46 half, and now here we are at 54. So, and that's just in the last month, that's just in the last month. Here's the NASD. This is a 3-minute chart here. Here's one for you here. The NASDAQ, okay, this is the NASDAQ 100. This is a 200 moving average here, okay? Here it's the low, here it's the high, okay? All right, here we got these gaps, okay? And then here we gap down, and then here it's the high again. Well, anyway, we've been sitting here for the last 3 hours, okay? And now we're starting to break. I got a guy that canceled to sell 368s. Cancel 368. You would have gotten it. You would have gotten it. To sell it. Okay? True, it's not like we're doing this 400 handle 1 bar moves here. But this is where we are here. Okay? See that? 310. Okay? So 310. 25, 310. This was the high of that collapse. This is when I was talking about that. I've taken these olive lines. This was an olive line sell. We went to what? 310. Yeah, 310. The olive line was, what was it? 260, 269? I think it was 269. Okay, that we were watching that was based off of something before. When was it? Might have been something here. There was something that bugged me there, that it was just like, it was almost like we were playing horizontal again. Is that where it was? Maybe it was this one. I guess it could have been this one, or maybe it was this one. No, it was something here or lower. It was almost the same exact price. It was almost the same exact price, 25, 332. This might have been it. Because then what we did is we took this out, and then, no, we didn't take that out. And then we took out the previous day, but we didn't take out that. And then that particular time we took this out. So this was a 1,000-point break. So we went like 1,200 points over here on this one. Okay. Now here we are over that, look at that. You got the 7s, just, 23,927. Okay. It's mapped out there. Okay. 23,9. So 1,400 points. Right, 24 was 1,300. So that's the NASDAQ. Here's S&Ps. Since I went on silver, because I'm just doing the things that I have people that are interested in. So gold, and plus the fact gold's just going up and it's kind of losing its volatility actually here, with silver being a rock's throw from all-time high. So this is the S&Ps. Okay, this is an intraday up here. This is about... Here, this is 68.75 area here. There's these purple ones over here. This is 65.25. We hit this. We hit this. Oh, so that was in an overnight? Oh, we hit 65.25. I'll show you. Okay, so, and that's because this is a daily chart. Okay, that other chart was not a daily chart, it was an intraday chart with certain specific tweaks. But here, this right here, okay, was the low right here. Okay, so that would be something if you got my charts. I would have had, I have it there. It's there. It's there. Okay, so here's crude oil again. Okay, so if this is the bottom, you know, for a little while anyway, we don't give a rat's ass, you know. As a matter of fact, we're here. When was the last? Yeah, here it was. We went down here and it was at 62 in this, whatever the spot was, probably the November contract at the time. And rallied nice $6. Okay, so we're just looking for trades here. Okay, $60 right here would be a possible place. It's a $3 scalp. Okay, it's small. Okay, but that's what it is. Otherwise, you know, if you think we're going higher, you know, but drill baby drill is, you know, that seems to be the theme here also. All right, here's corn. Okay, here I got it. Yeah, look at this, man. What is? Jeez Louise. Okay. So this blue line right here, you can see we've been hovering around some other levels around here in this with this blue line here. Okay, we got two of these levels right here, 441, 440, and 7/8. Okay, if you can see the right hand screen. This was today. Okay, so we had our first break. Okay, this was the USDA bearish number. We went up here. Okay, to a green. Sell. Okay, this is a rising trend line to sell. First time up. Okay, to sell. Okay, so within you know, pennies, and then those would be an orange and an olive. But anyway, so this was a break, huge break, and for a while. So sometimes, and I looked at this market and I was like, okay, that could be it. That could be it, and that's the way this market traded for a week. Okay, because corn's turned from long-term bears, from a 3-year bear market to something, you know, maybe like Paul Tudor Jones says, commodities are cheap. And so anyway, so we came down here. Here's this breakout trend line right here. Okay, here we hit it. Sell off for the day. They come in on bullish news and we go up here. Okay, so anyway, here, remember now, this trend line's going down, and we want to buy it if it comes back to it, okay? Because first of all, it was a breakout. Second of all, that breakout was at 441. This breakout, the same breakout trend line, is now 6 cents cheaper. Okay, so anyway, so that, you know, listen, you got to get something on your trading cards, you know. And if you're a farmer that sold on that rally, this was where you wanted to replace it, because this was the low here. This was the low, 425. We have been lower, okay, but we also have been making higher lows. So that's my thoughts on corn. You know, what happens day to day, but in general, I think this is one of those cases you are looking to buy corn. Okay, this is the July D's corn spread. Oh, look at this, man. This green. Okay, I've got some bids for people down here. This might be minus 10 cents, minus 9 in the goats. Okay, we closed up here today. This is up minus 7. It's a negative figure, okay? So minus 9 and a quarter is the low. Minus 7 cents is the high, right? Minus 9 in the goats, the low. Minus 7 is the high. And then here's even money, okay? So this is what I'm looking at. These are all buy numbers here, okay? These are all buy numbers here. So today and yesterday. Oh, no, this is a weekly. Oh, no, this is a weekly. Okay, that's a good area. That's a good area. It's a green. You got a week before it's low, and then you got those X's right underneath there. Okay? Oh, and then look at this. Look at the last time we got down here after this time. Okay? So here we came 2 times, poked under, couldn't close, and now here we kind of explode here. Wow. I don't know. This is a good... I think you want to get some bull spreads on. In corn. In corn. Don't go crazy. Okay, same thing in beans here. Let's go look at July. Oh no, this is July, August. This is July, August. Okay, so if you're dabbling, put an order to buy it at plus 9.25 cents here. You know, and you can have a 2-cent stop. Okay, because this is a nice area right here. See, I got a teal line on here. Okay, and this spread won't move that much. It's between July and August beans. Okay, so if there's going to be a squeeze anytime from now to July, okay, they're going to squeeze the front over. Okay, so that we go more positive. That's an explanation in like 5 seconds. Should we talk silver one more time here for the? Okay, so we are up $1. We're up $2. Okay, we're up $2. Okay, 5,000 one lot. 5,000 ounce one lot is 10 grand. $2. $50 a penny times $2. So this is like all-time high closes, you know. So you're either not selling, or if you're trading, you might want to sell it with a stop or something like that, or get long over, you know, if you're bullish silver here. So we're right at highs in silver. I think we'll stop with beans. Geez Louise, I guess I didn't even cover gold. Here's soybeans. Okay, here's the same thing. We had the high. This is a daily. Okay, we had the high on a report. Here, look at this. You got this outside up here. Day before, you got an outside down. Okay, so we're not, you know, this is a big area. You know, it's a big area. They're going to sell it over here, just looking horizontally. You know, and they're going to be buying it, trying to buy it here. If we get under that blue trend line, look out, you know. But I think you want to buy it. It's same thing with corn, you know, same feeling here. This more so. So 1102, I like having a bid there. You might want to put it just a little bit over that. This is in this is in Jan beans. 1165 in the goats. That's the only thing. Here, look up above. There, you know. Wow, that's 90 cents higher. So now, true, we just made 1.5 highs here in beans here. So you know, and before that, we here. Let's go look at a weekly here. Okay, so we had been declining here, and if you go here, this is $14. Okay, here, this is $15.80. Okay, and then here before, oh, that's $10. Okay, but we did come down off of $18 high, you know, for 3 years. Here for 22, from 2022 today, and it's going to be 26. So this is a good look here, right here. We're right here. Okay. Right here. And okay, so people did not really want to sell beans. Okay, so this is a market right here. This is going to be a two-way trade. You're going to have some sellers at this number here, 1133.5. Okay, and whatever that other one is over there. 1144.5. I've been talking about that. Okay, you got a long-term trend line just underneath there. Okay, this is something very long-term. Okay, so that's beans. This is the low down what? 945. Phew, man. You know, and this is why you get people that trade the figure, you know, like $10. Here, 985, 1037. This was the last time we were under $10 in beans, in Jan beans, in April this year. Okay? So as bad as things were, you know, like as bad as you're hearing about it, although, you know, there's front runners that, like say, for example, we'll say a gold man front run you on the fertilizer. You know, they cornered the fertilizer before you could buy it, and you know, because you like to work, you bought it at whatever it was, $2,200 or something. So we're gonna call this a wrap. I went too long, so if you need anything, we're just chit-chatting here going into the holidays. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Let's be grateful. Let's be grateful that immigration is non-existent now. And hopefully we can get rid of some more of these, you know, these people that they drink and drive, and they unfortunately attack little kids or worse. So we have a lot to be grateful for. Thanks for watching. Email me, ARP@NASDOG. What do we got? Always be aware of how the markets close for the week. Higher or lower? Thanks for watching.